Okay. Okay. Namaste,
Okay, I
everybody.
think we should
Welcome.
begin. Yeah.
Yes. So namaste and welcome, everybody, for this monthly spotlight series that we've been doing. Today's spotlight, as we can see, is going to be on Om School. It's a chain of schools, and we're going to learn a lot about the session today. Let me start with some of the follow through. So, first, let's quickly just run through the house rules. So, we would typically stay muted unless speaking, so that way there's no distraction to the speakers. Um, if the audio issues, try keeping your video off, or maybe join back again if you're facing any kind of technical issues. For Q&A, we will wait for the Q&A section at the very end of the presentation, as we always do. Chat may or may not be always a great option. Sometimes speakers are not able to keep track of chats, so we'll just hold on to our questions. Um, I know some of us are very familiar with each other. We don't have to put our full names even, but it's always a good idea for those who are joining for the first time to put our full names as well as the organization. The session, as we know, is obviously going to be recorded. And in case we get through to the very end of this presentation, I know we've got 90 minutes allocated, but I hope it stirs enough conversation today that we have more and more questions. And in case we run out of time, we will then use our email route, which is our PR coordinator at the hmec.info email. So with that, we should get started. I'd like to, for our opening prayers today, I'd like to introduce our one of our special guests today, Avika Khandelwal. So Avika is a 10-year-old. She was born at Sheffield, UK. She's moved to the US when she was 5 years old. She lives now in Hoover, Alabama with her parents and a little brother. Avika is excited to start middle school. Uh, Her summers have obviously started and enjoys learning new things. In her free time, she loves ice skating and swimming. So both very taxing activities. She's also proud to her Hindu culture and enjoys celebrating its traditions and values with her family. So welcoming Avika. Avika, would you like to lead us through the prayers today?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Surakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurumedeva Sarvakaeshu Sarvada Om Bhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasi Dhiyamahi Dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasi Dhimahi Dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Thank you.
Thank you, Avika. That was so beautifully sung. I always enjoy the melody that this prayer brings. And it's also very interesting that if some of you are familiar with the Om Gan Ganpataye Namo Namah or Shri Siddhi Vinayak Namo Namah, it's exactly the same melody. So we can, if it's very interesting, they're interchangeable melodies. So with that, we should get started further. I will like to introduce the topic of today. It's going to be, as we can see on the Om School and our speakers. So just a little bit about the Om School. The Om Education Society of America is a nonprofit organization, fills the need for dharmic values in early childhood and elementary education by designing a curriculum integrated with mainstream subjects. We're a group of lifelong volunteers working in Hindu American community organizations who want to provide families a school where children learn dharmic values over along with academic excellence. We envision our students becoming tomorrow's leaders, serving our community, our country, and all of our humanity with these dharmic values. Very excited that we're going to hear about the Om School today. Our speakers today are going to be some of the leaders from this organization. So first of all, let me welcome Shilpaji. Shilpaji Bhalla is from Hanover, Maryland. She was born and brought up in New Delhi, Bharat. She has a double master's degree in electronics and in curriculum and education leadership. She's been an educator for the last 25 years and is currently working for Anne Arundel County Public Schools in Maryland as a school performance coach and a school testing coordinator. Shalin, Shilpa ji is passionate about education and also taught high school physics and chemistry in India for 12 years and in the US for about 13 years. Um, Thanks for joining us, Shilpa ji, today.
Namaste, everyone. My name is Shalini.
Shalini, yes,
Shalini Kumar.
I know I was reading two different names and I wasn't sure which one to pick. Thanks for correcting. So are we going to hear from you first, or should I also introduce Bhau Sahib at the same time and then we'll let you uh, deliver the presentation?
Yeah, introduce him first and then we'll start.
Sure. So also today we've got Bhau Sahib Patel ji with us. Bhau Sahib is an MBA in computer systems and has over 25 years of experience in accounts, finance, and systems. He's an active volunteer of the Hindu Swam Sevak Sangh and has also been associated with the organization since his childhood. Originally from Mumbai, Maharashtra, he currently resides in Long Island, New York with his family, and obviously is very, very engaged with the Om School. So again, welcoming Shalini ji as well as Bhau Sahib Patel to the presentation today. Please take the floor.
Namaste, everyone. First of all, we are honored and thank you very much for providing us this platform to talk about our Om School organization. And I remember 2 years back in Cincinnati, me and Patilji have also presented. At that point, Om School was budding, and now in the span of additional 3 years, we have added a lot to our organization, and I love to present step by step. So, if you look at the screen, this is going to be our agenda. It looks very long, but I'm going to try to keep it within our time limit of 15-20 minutes. Like, why Om School? Why Om School is needed, and who we are. What are we providing to human society or Hinduism or Hindu society? What is the need for dharma based institution? There are so many institutions, there are so many programs running, but what makes us unique? We are going to talk about it. What is our purpose? Leadership team? What are our current activities going on? So all these like 14 points are listed here. At any given point, if you need to ask any questions, me, Patilji, or Malikji, we all are here to answer your questions. So why Om School? As we know that Hindu Americans are among the highest educated, well-earning, well-equipped people in the United States. Although our number is very small, we are still minority, but we contribute to a well-educated society in America. And their success is also rooted in their heritage, culture, and dharmic core values. There is a critical need. We need Om School in order to pass our values to our next generation or to provide the academic excellence to our next generation. Om Education Society integrates dharmic values with early education from pre K to fifth grade. So we are basically focusing on little kids or toddlers. Most of our programs are starting with pre K and pre kindergarten, and from there it goes to our first grade, second grade, and eventually we are focusing on elementary education. So we are non-profit, as you have already explained. We are non-profit organization focusing on the dharmic values, and we are a full-time school. It is not a weekend class. It is not like a weekend program or after-school kind of classes where kids are going for an hour or two to learn certain things which are needed. But it is a full-fledged weekday, 5-day school. So we are running currently our three schools, which are a full-time school, pre-K, pre-kindergarten, and first grade. We have a proper curriculum. The curriculum is aligned with the state and national standards. Including that, we are having our core content areas, and I'm going to talk about it. Our vision is that our students should become the leaders of the society, and they should have humanity with dharmic values. We are unique because, first of all, we are offering a full day program, it's a proper school, and it's a full day dharma based education. You must be thinking about like why there is a need of having a dharma based institution, and for that we have a data here. If you look at the data, like based on the population here for Christians, we have schools in thousands. 61,000 schools are here, and they have the huge enrollment. And I'm talking about private schools, I'm talking about religious schools. There are a lot of Jewish schools, Islamic schools, but if you talk about the Hindu schools, based on our population, they are barely four. There are no significant Hindu based schools, they are barely four. And the enrollment is even less than 500. So the need for the Dharma based education is required. Our inspiration is Swami Vivekananda ji, and this quote is so beautiful. If I would like to read it, we want an education by which character is formed, the strength of the mind is increased, and the intellect is expanded, by which one can stand on its own feet. The purpose, mission, and vision. As you can see the screen, we are focusing on toddlers, we are focusing on young kids, and we wanted to show you that the actual work in progress. So our vision is to become a world-class education rooted in Sanatana Dharma. Our mission is to establish pre-K to 5th grade. We are focusing more on pre-K and pre-kindergarten for the very obvious reasons because in America, your state education is free. It is very difficult to pull students for middle school or for elementary school, but for pre-K and pre-kindergarten, everybody is paying some amount of money. So we want to open up more and more home school pre-K, pre-kindergarten, where our parents can see the value with getting all the education which is required for that particular age for our student. They are also getting additional dharmic values. We are teaching three additional core content areas. The first one is Sanskrit, second one is yoga, and third one is dharma and heritage. They are getting that additional value if they send their child to pre-K and pre-kindergarten, which is run by Om School. We also have the focus on training and certifying the teachers. This curriculum is not easy to teach. And if you need to be at par at the American education system, you have to have the certification and training for your teachers. We have built up a certification and training process for our teachers, which is not only teaching them or getting them trained how to teach pre-K and pre-kindergarten, elementary and early childhood education. They are also getting trained how to teach dharmic values, how to teach dharma in education, how to have a better pronunciation of shalokas, how to teach Vedic math. So our teachers are being trained based on this mission statement. And we serve all the families to rate spiritually rooted and well rounded citizens. The motto is to, again, building character with academic excellence. This is our leadership team. It is also on our website. And out of all pictures you can see here, three of us are available to answer all the questions. This is the curriculum I was talking about. With the core academic curriculum, which includes English, STEM, science, technology, engineering, art, math, we also have our own, without any extra cost, we also have our additional subjects. The first one is yoga, how to teach yoga to little kids. We are training our teachers not only just to teach yoga. Yoga is very common these days, but how to teach yoga with safety and security to little kids. Sanskrit, reading, writing, speaking in the correct form. Dharma and heritage is huge. Dharma and Heritage has multiple parts to it. It has stories, it has drama, it has music, it has skits, it has like storytelling, everything which is providing the value to our dharma and to our Asian history. It's included in Dharma and Heritage, and the levels have been decided based on the age. So the program is offered for preschool, pre-kindergarten. We also have after-school program and seasonal camps. So currently we are running three schools. There are two in the Texas. The core model is San Antonio in Texas. The other one is in Houston, and the third one in Charlotte. And the total combined enrollment currently is close to 100. So accreditation process is in pipeline. We are advancing accreditation by accessing the state funding, and also we are looking forward for the voucher program. We are looking for the expansion in the following areas. Our local teams are working hard in the following areas: in New Jersey, in Pennsylvania, in Charlotte, Mount Airy in Maryland, Ohio, and Illinois. Why we are looking for the expansion in these areas? Because not only in these area but in other states also, we are running our seasonal camps, our summer camps, our spring camps, our winter camps, to build up a team over there, to test the ground, and to spread out about home school by using word of mouth. So the goal is for 2027 is to open up 10 more, uh, or to expand it to the 10 new schools. And the long term is to have all the schools or have schools in all 50 US metro areas. If you look at the pictures, this is from our summer camp and our new initiatives. Our summer camps are basically, they are running in all 20 states. The summer camps are between the duration of 2 weeks to 4 weeks, and operating in multiple markets, including Seattle, Irvine, Phoenix, and serves as a testing tool, as I explained. With when we are going to have a summer camp or a spring camp, we are actually building up our team over there, and we are also testing the market. The goal is to have the goal is here to leverage all the temples wherever it's possible. Because for the summer camp, we need a space, we need enrollment, we want teachers, we need a team. So the new 2026 initiatives for home little learners, it's another program. Like if we cannot have a team, we can depend on one person. This is called the home based early education model. Home based early education model means if one person like Shalini wants to open up like a play school, or with the just in my own house, if I want to open up a play school, so I can open that play school under the name of home little learners. That is providing a scalable, faster launching alternative to the center based school. We can start from homeschool and then we can make it into a center based school. It can start with a very lower cost because the licensing fee is not too much, and then it's the timeline is between 1 to 3 months, and we can have like 3 to 6 months for our center based centers. Operations and governance. So we have a national entity by the name of Home Education Society, which is a non-profit organization. It governs the academic framework, curriculum, and quality standards. That quality standard also includes teacher training. We have teacher training program even for our camps. All the summer camps or spring camps where we are hiring new teachers, or if the old teachers are teaching, they have to go through a training program, and they have to get familiar with the curriculum before they teach our students. The local entities means where we have our local schools. It's also again a non-profit. It can be a single member LLC. It can be a single member LLC. are locally managed by the own board members. And the board also include one president, secretary, and treasurer. Like with three people, you can start a board. Partnership framework. The partnership framework is the national entity, and the responsibilities are governing governance of the academic framework and value-based curriculum. So we have our whole team which has created a value-based curriculum, and our entities are required to use that curriculum. Teacher training, certification, ongoing development. As I explained, all our onboard teachers, they are required to have the teacher training within a span of 2 years, or maybe even less than that. They have to acquire the certification. How to become, you can see on our website how to become OM certified teacher. And because they are on our payroll, so they also have to go through some in service trainings. Accreditation support and guidance for the funding access, operational support, entity formation, affiliation agreements, banking, payroll, setup, software, marketing, and templates. All these things I'm reading in front of you, but Patilji or Maulikji can explain you if you have any questions regarding them. This is just like the bullet points, what the role of a national entity is. They define the quality standard and conduct annual audits, facilitate communication and the knowledge sharing across schools, and invoices quarterly for the shared services. Partnership for the local entities. So there is a difference between the national entity responsibilities and the local entities responsibilities. So the bullet points are: they operate financially sustainable local managed school system. They can recruit, they can employ the licensed school leaders, teachers, and staff. The pay licensing fees for New Jersey is, let's say, 3% for the revenue for first year, 5% of the revenue for second year, and 7% of the revenue after third year. So pay the national entity quarterly for teacher training and operational support. Designate reps for marketing, fundraising, tech support, and accounting. Participation in regular calls and annual in person meetings. So basically, local entities are dependent on certain things for national entity, and in leeway to that, they are paying for the licensing fee. Expansion pathways. Expansion pathway is like home school center base and home school little learners. We can go into the detail, but these are the two operations. The home school center base means it's a non-profit LE formation. It's a center-based childcare licensing is required, and the launching period is slightly higher. It takes 3 to 6 months. It needs a facility. Facility needs all the basic requirements for running a school, for running a center, and facility upgrade and inspections are required. And also there are some legal compliance like taxation and management by the local teams and national entities. Whereas home little learner, which is school based, which is home based, run by one person, we are very flexible with that. And it is like a childcare. The person who is running at home need a childcare license. The launching time is pretty small because you can start that in 1 to 3 months because you have space in your house. And in certain state, you don't have to get anything if you have less than 6 students. It has a lower startup cost, and it's simpler regulation, as I'm explaining. Like if you have less than 6 to 7 kids, you don't even need all kind of licensing there. And also you can manage the educator can manage the compliance. Strategic investment priorities. So, as we run an organization, a lot of funds are needed, especially for these bullet points. The first of all, the most important one is the curriculum development, because we are creating the content, we are printing our books, we are distributing our books. So we need funding for curriculum development. The second part where we are using a lot of investment is teacher training. because we are developing a platform with the help of HUA and CCE, which is Education from the Finland, Education Society from Inland, Finland. They are combining together on a platform to provide us the teacher training platform. Marketing and outreach. So, marketing is the most important factor for any organization. For that, we have to have a website, we have to have social media, brochures, and other materials that is needed for marketing. Fundraising capacity. For the fundraising, you have to reach out to your donors. So, leadership has to travel, they have to have donors, they have to meet with the donors, they have to plan some events. If you want to have a one fundraising event to collect some funds, you have to invest a little bit to have that kind of an event. Finance, compliance, and entity setup. Whenever we try to set up a new entity for the licensing, for since it's a non-profit organization, a lot of paperwork is required, and tax filing, payroll, those small things, they need our strategic investments. How can you help? So there are multiple ways you can help us. For as for this organization, the most important ask is if the temples can provide us some space, especially when we are trying to test the market, we are trying to have summer school, spring camps, we want some space. So if the temples can provide us classrooms or space for the camps, that will be our first help. But these are the bullet points in which uh, any organization can help us. Company matching, facility search, donations, ambassador roles to build the awareness, teacher training, hiring referrals, fundraising, voluntaries, providing voluntaries, and for digital marketing, content creation, curriculum development, any of these areas, if you can provide us help, will be our will be required for us. If any questions, we can, or if you want me to go back to any slide, I can go back and talk about it.
Yeah,
Or
Shalini ji. There are
Hanji.
some questions in the chat, so we can just maybe go in the order that they were posted. So Vallabhaji posted what state-related rules and regulations and guidances that your team had to follow. How did you go about it?
So let me go. Do you want me to go
I'll
back to
I'll
this?
add to that question. So, was there any state funding? Because typically, if there is, yeah, and what was the things and what paperwork you had to do if to seek any state funding for these schools?
So
So,
yeah, go ahead, Patilji.
yeah, so as of now, every state has different rules and regulations. So we are working with the state. For San Antonio, we are trying to work for the state funding. So that work is still on, but every state has a different rules. As of now, we have our school in Charlotte, uh, San Antonio, and Houston. So Houston and San Antonio, we are trying to work it with state, whatever requirements are there for the funding. Does that answer the question?
Yes, yes. I mean, I think the first template has to be created, is what I understand,
Yes.
and I also saw that the state accreditations, right? So you are that is still
We are
in
in the process of
progress.
that.
Is
Yes.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a long
It's a
journey.
long process.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So we have started already
Mm.
with the San Antonio. So once we have one or two schools, then all of the places will be simpler based on first
Yes.
two, so one or two schools.
So basically, accreditation processes, they want to see like how we are running the school. So what is the curriculum we are using, and teacher training, and how our teachers are trained, and how many enrollments are there. So they come and see everything. And we are well equipped at San Antonio because we have been running from past so many years, and we have a good enrollment there. Our students are learning from pre-K to grade one. Now we have moved to grade one, and our teachers are trained. So we have already started the paperwork mainly, which requires a lot of time, and within a span of 6 months to 10 months will get accredited.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
I can answer the next question. The question is the summer camp only for kindergarten and pre-K? Is it for older kids? Yes, it is also for the older kids. So as of now, we are running around 12 summer camps in various cities. If you can go to our website, om.school. So every summer camp can have different age related gaps. Like for the Cincinnati is doing from grade 1 to grade 5, right? But if you see New Jersey, they are doing from kindergarten to grade 5. So most of the places we have kindergarten pre-K till grade 5. Only few will have either not kindergarten or maybe not higher grades. But most of the places we are covering all. Teachers, because we charged for the summer camp, the summer camps are not free. We charge for the summer camp and we do all this teachers training and everything. So teachers are paid salaried on W2.
Yeah, all our teachers are paid. All our
Yeah.
teachers have to even do the summer teacher training just to get a little bit of idea, like how to handle kids, how to engage kids, what are the security measures, and most important is what is our homeschool vocabulary. So that teacher training part also includes some uh, paid trainings also. So that is taken care by the local entity.
Yeah, we can help with the license application. We can guide you, but normally it is done locally because every state we may not have complete knowledge, but we can stand with you. We have Amit Misraji, he is a lawyer by profession, so definitely we can help you out. These are all day camps, not residential camps or weekend camps. All our activities are Monday to Friday during normal school time. None of our camps are evening camps or weekend camps. How many children are in San Antonio school?
Close to
Maulikji,
69.
uh,
69.
69 students.
Right. The
Yeah,
total enrollment is 69. And they have this year started grade one because
yeah,
they started with pre-K, pre-kindergarten, grade one.
yeah. So Pravinji, definitely we can talk. Even this year, if you want to do summer camp, we can talk to you. We still have time. Uh, just yesterday we decided one location to start summer camp. I think Illinois. So definitely we can plan summer camp if you want this year too. So Pravinji, if you can share your number, Maulikji, we have local entity development team. Maulikji is managing that. He's in the group, in the chat now, in the session now. Uh, he can get into touch and we can start discussion. So not only summer camp, even if you think we are late for summer camp, we can do winter camp, we can do spring camp. All those activities will help you, for our future school planning. What are
And
the time
also,
frame? So, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just helping. I just wanted to let you know, like if you
Yeah.
decide to do a summer camp, so our team help you to create a flyer. Our team also help you to choose content, like what you can teach. Let's say you decide 2 weeks of summer camp. So there is a lot of material which we have built up, and your team can shop around, like which one they want to choose. Like for example, you want to have nakshatra as the topic for your summer camp. So there is a lot of curriculum available, the teaching material is available, and your team can shop around, and for different age level it's also available.
So let me answer next question. What are the time frame for summer camps? So again, it is depend on the local entities, availability of the place, school, or any school or temple, whatever. So what we request is minimum 2 to 3 weeks. And we have some places like San Antonio and North Carolina, they're doing 10 plus weeks. So minimum is 2 weeks. That's what we request local entities to do summer camp, and maximum can be whole summer, 10 to 13 weeks, depend. So it's all depend on the strength of the local entity, availability, and all the stuff. Are
Availability of the
you?
space, teachers, how much is
Yeah,
the enrollment. So every summer camp in every state is different.
yeah. If you can go to our website, home.school, there are all summer camps are listed, all places listed, their flyer registration, everything is on now. You can check that. Are we aware of school in Ireland or Britain where Sanskrit is their first language? I don't know. Shalini or Maulik do you have any idea about this?
So I've heard about it.
Yeah, I can speak to not what you may be talking about, but there is an Avanti group uh, of schools with the Avanti brand in the UK, and they actually have around 7 to 10 schools. Uh, uh, I guess in the UK, the good thing is that the religious education is supported by the state, so they have the state funding from the day one. Uh, we know at least one person who has been in this one of the schools administration from long time. He has business in the US as well, and we are trying to learn from them. But it's a different organization. But yes, we are aware of the schools happening in the UK. In fact, on one of our advisory board members, we have one person named Shirish Kulkarni. Shirin Kulkarni. Shirin Kulkarni and her husband Hiran Kulkarni are on the Finland Board of Education, helping their child development, etc. So I guess from time to time basis, based on the connections made, we do interact with the educators in UK and all around the world. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, you did. There's also a question. I mean,
Yes, my
paraphrase.
name is Bridge Sharma. I have a question. See, the thing is that I belong to a temple here, and before the COVID, I had about 15 students, for nearly 2 years in my program. But after that, I stopped. So I was wondering of restarting that again. So would I be able to use your curriculum just as a private person, It's not, I don't think it will be, my temple would allow me. So I'm one of the trustees. So my temple will not allow me that, oh, something association with some different organization, but they will allow me to, because I had that program. I want to start again. Would I be able to use the content developed by you?
Can I answer this question, Shalini ji, Patil ji?
Sure, sure.
Go
Yes.
ahead.
Yeah. So I missed your name, sir.
Bridge Sharma.
Brij Sharma. So, Brij ji, I have been recently talking to a temple in Raleigh, a temple in Tampa, and
Mhm.
very soon we'll start talking to a temple in Dallas. I think we understand, the temple board members keep changing and they are, reluctant to work with other organizations, etc. And that is the exact reason Patilji mentioned, our co-director Amit Mishra, being a lawyer, he has come up with a fantastic autonomous model where the temple trustees, whosoever you think own the operations, you own the entity, etc., and it is being helped to work as the subsidiary of a national entity. So I think the whole today's presentation is about how do we empower the temples and give them the complete autonomy of what it takes. This is the step one. This is the step two. Meaning there are a lot of things over here. For example, the board of trustees would probably have to attend the orientation class from the state. They have to apply for childcare license. So there is a process. We'll have to hire a main teacher or a principal or a whole time director for to run the school. Then that person will in subsequently will hire more teachers. So there are a lot of things which the national entity would coach, and I guess since we are also being a non-profit organization, none of us, Bridgie, are getting paid. Our goals are common. Common. We want to, have our fifth generation remain Hindu and practicing, being a good Hindu, right? So this is a momentum. This is. It's a kind of a larger cause, and probably if you give us an opportunity, we can definitely work with rest of your trustees through you, and we can make this happen. But if I had to answer your question straight as a yes no, I would have said no. We so far have not thought of just selling our curriculum, but we are okay to work with you the whole 9 yards in this journey together. I hope I answer your questions.
Yeah, I will be very short. What it is that last year I was able to have the Hindu Parent Network have a summer camp at my temple. So it was we provided them space, but at the same time, the trustees asked them that that would obviously require a because in this country, liability is a big issue. So they had to have a separate insurance for them. And they were providing breakfast, lunch, etc. Obviously, there was a cost, and they charge, some. Obviously, they have to charge some money to the students. But this year, what happened is that the temple trustees, they what it is that they don't want that something should be in the public that uh, the, the kids are being taught and temple is charging because since we are not asking any money for the location, but obviously we want separate insurance, and for that obviously there's a cost. So this time, since the issue was kind of, they could not do without the cost being deferred to the students. So I was not able to have or at least still it is in limbo, I would say, to have a summer school at my temple. Last year they had about 23 students. So what it is that usually I do not know about the others, but the thing is that अगर बाहर कोई बंदा कोई बोलता है कि भाई वो मेरा बच्चा वहां पढ़ने गया तो मुझे $200 देने पड़ते हैं, that quote unquote temples don't want to be spread out. Okay, so we have to work under that
Sure.
because
So
because
I
we
think we
have
can.
we are used to that anything that temple does will be for free.
Right. So yeah, so our model is not free, Bridgie. We do pay teachers, and the teacher's salary come from the students' uh, uh, parents who pay their fees, and it is a self-sustaining model. And we can't, we are basically a religious private school, and that's what our classification is, that's what our business model is. So
See, it's, again, just to fill you at, most of people were volunteers. But the question is, a certified teacher had to be flown from Phoenix to New Jersey. She would live at somebody's, some volunteer's home, but there's a cost of flying flight tickets and everything or thing. So what it is that I could not, let us say, five trustees, six trustees, many of them are favorable, but
Bridgie,
some of them are not.
let's take offline. Bridgie, let's take this offline,
Right,
and
I was
we
going.
can work with you offline.
Yeah, Bridgie, I was going to suggest the same because
Okay, go
this
ahead.
seems
Yeah.
to be, I mean, even though this is a very common situation, every situation is different and every mandir and its board is unique by itself. So maybe if we can connect offline, as Maulik
Okay.
suggested. Thank you, Bridgie, for your question.
Thank you. No problem.
So I know Kumu Gupta ji has been waiting for quite some time. Thanks for being so patient. If you're able to come off of mute and ask your question.
Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Right.
So my question is that you're saying that these are regular time, right? Like regular school hours. So are you and not weekdays? So are you saying that these kids are choosing between going to a regular, school like in your town or whatever, right? To go into those schools and not coming, that they're choosing to go to your school and not go to those schools, the regular schools? And also, the other question is that as far as the Hindu principles, what is the baseline? Like, what do you teach? Do you teach like Gita, Ramayana? What principle? Like, what is your platform? Like, what principles you teach?
Correct.
And also, and then, so what are you? So this is only from pre-K to, I don't know, what, fifth grade or something, right? To a particular grade. So then, are you expecting that what they learn with your school, that they can very easily merge with the mainstream schools and continue on to go into their careers and stuff, like, later on become engineers, doctors, whatever, right? So in America, obviously. So those are my three questions. Thank you.
And I can answer them one by one. So the first thing is yes, it's a regular school. It's not a program or weekend program, it's a regular school. And we are focusing more on pre-K and pre-kindergarten. As you know that pre-K and pre-kindergarten are all private. So if you have to send your child to a play school or pre-kindergarten or preschool, you have to pay the fee, and they are going to teach those gross motor skills or other skills to the kid by using their teaching methods. And our teachers are using the same kind of teaching methods, but there is an additional Hinduized touch to that thing. I can give you an example, like our workbooks are special. Our workbooks are special. If you want to teach, like if you want to enhance the gross motor skills of your child by showing them the colors they want to color, instead of coloring a ball or a candle, they are actually coloring a Ganesha. If you have to tell them a story, instead of telling the story about Cinderella, you are telling them the story from Ramayana. So, this kind of curriculum, you are teaching them the same skills, but you are using a different curriculum. And also, when a student is ready to go to grade one, let's say from pre K to pre kindergarten, kids they go to grade one, which is a state school normally. So, your child will be equally equipped to go to grade one if your child is coming from any other pre K or pre kindergarten. those basic skills which they have to learn for that elementary and at the toddler stage, they all are covered here in home school. With addition to that, they are also learning how to do yoga, what are the benefits of yoga. They are also learning some Sanskrit shlokas in addition to what they need to know uh, before they go to step one or grade one. Did I answer all your questions or did I miss something?
Uh, no, just yeah. I mean, I don't have kids, but it's just a very interesting concept that you're doing. So, um, just one other thing that it kind of, from where I sit, it seems like you are taking away the opportunity for them to know about Cinderella. That's equally important because if they have to fit into the American society and to live in this country, they have to know both the things, right? So how do you reconcile with that?
No, I'm not missing that part. Look at this one. This is our slide, which is talking about the curriculum. So the core curriculum is including everything. This is the additional thing with no extra cost. If your child is going to any preschool, any pre-kindergarten, whatever is the state standard, or let's say elementary school, whatever is the state standard for English, for science, for technology, they have to do that. That is a must. In addition to that, you have these three core content areas, which is including yoga, Sanskrit, Dharma, and heritage. We also have some elective subjects, which is Vedic math, that can enhance the mathematical or thinking and analytical skill for your child. Sanskrit, instead, they have to learn English, they have to learn everything. But including that, if they are learning Sanskrit, that is also enhancing their power of communication or the right pronunciation, and that is making them equipped to learn any other regional language faster. So these are the additional things which we are giving. We are not taking away the opportunity about giving a story example is an example, like just like a story from Cinderella, just like a story from any other American book. They can also use the same technique of storytelling and story learning, which can be from Ramayana or from Mahabharata, that is going to connect them to their roots. Those are the additional things.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Shalini. There's also another question in the chat. I don't know if it got touched. This is, what's the topmost challenge the Om School is facing, excluding the funds, and how's the team addressing these challenges?
I mean, we all can answer, but I can start with the most challenging thing is to build up a team, because most of our team, like our national team, is we are voluntaries. So we are just paying very minimum for our teachers because they are salaried, but other staff, building up team, that is the most important challenge because we need that same-minded people, dedicated people to work for home school. And other challenges which mainly Malik ji and Patil ji are also facing, other than funds, they can explain about it. But I know when we come to teaching, when we come to have teamwork, when we have to build up a team, it's always a struggle. Even after doing, there are some states where we have already done 3 4 summer camps, like successful summer camps, but we still are not able to build up a very strong team of dedicated people who want to take that challenge. Because if you want to be the principal or director of homeschool, you have to give your 100%. So you have those, that kind of team is the biggest challenge in my area, but there are other areas too.
Maulik, you want to take that?
Oh, no, Patilji, you go and then I can also add.
Yeah. So, as Shalini said, one of the most important things is volunteer, because only teachers are paid and maybe principal is paid, but all other supporting staff, including accountant and everything is volunteer. So that's one of the main thing for us. So every place we have to have strong team, and At base of it, at least 2 to 3 karyakartas who are passionate about it. If we can get this 2 3 karyakarta passionate, then it is a done deal. All support can pour in, money can pour in, and everything can happen, right? But this three karyakarta, strong karyakarta, if we get one place, nothing is impossible for us.
Yeah, I guess I would add a couple of more things. Number one is definitely, I'll second to what both Shalini ji and Patil ji said. That is indeed the first and foremost thing. The second one, I think uh, we were asked this question. You said besides dollar, uh, uh, but I think in terms of dollar, I would also add uh, the the place for the school. And for typically a public school, elementary school, there is uh, in any city or any place, the school is typically 2, 3, 4, 5 acres of land with a playground and whatnot. And having such kind of a facility in New Jersey or San Francisco Bay Area is definitely a challenge from dollar perspective and availability of such places, etc. as well. So I think the temple is the biggest, uh, I would say the not the compromise, but it is the best kind of partnership that the parents would feel safe to send their kids to a school in the temple premises, because even in the American concept, the church school is more than 200 years of kind of a concept. So when we try to explain to non-Hindus, that's what we say, that we are kind of a church school. It's a religious schools within the church premises. So that's why this kind of meeting and HMS's help is greatly appreciated. It solves our very big problem of having a very convenient venue for the school. And I think the third challenge is we all have to face is the acceptance of Hindu schools in the United States uh, from the Hindu parents. I guess the last question that came, for example, it's about this skepticism, right? Uh, there are convents and uh, uh, so many Catholic schools, etc., in Bharat for probably 200 years. And there are Jewish schools and Chinese schools and Japanese schools and Muslim schools in the United States for past, I don't know, probably 50 plus years. I think it is the time that we all Hindu community needs to unite and now have established the Hindu schools as well. If the Hindu students are uh, doing good academically, individually, then they would, if the same students come to the Hindu schools, our schools will also flourish and prosper, like or a lot better than I would say convent schools and Catholic schools and Jewish schools and Muslim schools, etc. Right? So I think we all together have to uh, create such confident Hindu community of parents who would send their kids to Hindu schools like home schools. That's all I would say.
Very well said, Malakji. One of the questions I had was in terms of locations. I mean, given that some of these cities, like you mentioned, whether it's the Bay Area or New York or um, Charlotte, San Antonio, these are large cities. So when we have a single location, how do parents navigate with driving distance and even lack of transportation that a typical public school would provide? How do parents deal with it?
No, classic. question. Sorry, Shalini ji, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shalini ji,
No,
please.
no. You can also chime in, but uh, just like any other school system, distance is very important. So when we are trying to open up an home school, we are obviously looking for Hindu community where we have more localized Hindu community where it is easy for parents to drop the kid or pick up the kid. So our model is exactly like American education system. That's why we are focusing on more homeschool. Like, not even like there is one in San Antonio, but there can be three in San Antonio, depending on how big the area is, how big the community is, because it has to be localized. There cannot be one big school where a lot of kids can come. That model is not going to work. And based on that, we have also uh, opened up this new model of little learner because every little kid has to go to a play school. And we have seen in American society, like even like small community or location, there is a home based school or there is like a home based childcare. So where like 8 to 9 kids they go. So we cannot have a school like a big building and have the school buses. Eventually, when it's going to be an elementary school which has to cover a larger radius, we are going to have the school buses or we can have the vans. And that is also one of the proposal we have given at Maryland because they were ready to donate a van to us for the after school program so that they can go and pick the students and bring to the school and then parents can come and pick it up. But yes, definitely uh, transportation is a issue. So we have to keep that in mind wherever we are starting our new project. It should be near our population who wants to or who need to come to our school. Molly, you want to add?
No, perfect. I guess
Yeah.
you say well said, Shalini.
Yeah, you answered it. There's also a question in the chat. This was about this by Veena Kaddareji. The question is teacher training information on the website? How to apply for it, and what is the curriculum, and so on.
So basically, the teacher training information is on the website, but it is only for our onboard teachers. Just like any other school system, because I have worked for 30 years in a school system and I have been a part of this one. So when we hire a new teacher, so because the teacher is on our payroll, so we are required to train that teacher. So same thing is here. If you are on the payroll for home school, then you will be automatically enrolled to that platform, and that platform is not free of cost. That platform includes a lot of things. And if you on the website, it's given like what are the 3 steps of certification, which is very similar to the certification of any American teacher. You have to have credits for early education, you have to have credit for um, elementary child education, you should be a graduate, 120 credits, everything is mentioned over there. So those basics are required for all the teachers. We give them some time to earn those credit, and with that we do our own certification like how to teach dharma, how to get yourself enriched with dharmic values and understanding of Hindu dharma. How we also have Sanskrit courses. We are in collaboration with Sanskrit Bharati. We are also in collaboration with Yoga Bharati to get those courses for our teachers, and they are all for our onboard teachers, and it's ongoing process. It's just that like we have a small training for summer camps, and if anybody wants to join and teach for our summer camp, they can do that. It's not very huge. It's very like light for few hours, or you can cover up in 15 days.
Sure. Thank you, Shah.
Yeah, so Vallabhaji, you are talking about information in HMSCs and all those stuff. Tejal Ben said, it has been happening. Also, Om School has another project called Dharma B. You might have heard. And for Dharma B also, there are flyers, HMSCs helping us out to spread. So definitely, we both organizations can definitely work together. Our goal is same, just the pathway is different, basically.
Yes, I would like to add to that, Patilji. So I know this was a wonderful presentation, and that's why we have reached out to you. But if you can give us like that top three requirements, like the way you are going to test the waters, right, for the potential. We have our newsletters that go, periodically to all of our mandirs, and it will help you reach out to many many more communities. And of course you are coming to the HMEC conference in October, but we have summer on our hand, and we should not
Right.
lose this opportunity. That's why.
Yeah. So, Maulikji and team can start working. For
Yes, just
example,
just 3 points. Yeah, three bullet points, and
what I would say, how frequently is a newsletter?
at least twice a month. So we
Okay.
do have, yeah.
Yeah. So alternate month or alternate your newsletter, we can have something to share. We
Okay.
have our internal newsletter. We can, some few dots we can share with you. Like we can talk about summer camp, and then we can talk about Dharma B. We can talk about,
Wonderful.
after school, like we are starting in Houston, most probably New Jersey also. So, and there are some places we are collaborating with temples. So even that we can say, okay, we are working with this temple. Like Raleigh, we are working with the temple. Other places we
Exactly.
are working with the temple.
Yeah.
So seeing that another temple can come forward saying that, oh, that temple is working, let me also try.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. And share those examples as well,
Yes.
because that's when they connect the dots, the
Correct,
executives.
correct.
Thank you.
That's why we were thinking HMEC, VHPA, and we can work together because you have connected with the temples, and for us, nothing bad about it. Temple is sitting on the properties. They have the classroom. Most of the temples have the summer camps, right?
Yeah.
Or weekend schools. So they have the classroom, they have the benches, they have every infrastructure there.
Yes.
And during the week, most of the infrastructure is hardly used. And if you
Yes.
can fit in this preschool or something like that, it's a win for the temple, win for the home school, win for the community,
Yes. Yes.
right?
No, this is
So
this.
all places, everything is proper. Just that we have to come, we have to go to them, or they have to come to us, and no, we have to have faith and work forward. That's it.
Agree. Thank you. Thank you. No, actually, you planted one more seed in my mind of what we could do in our community, not beyond this summer camp. So thank you. Thank you, Patilji.
Definitely, definitely. Any other question?
So I see Kumuji's hand and Tejal Ban's hand. Are your questions are taken care or no?
No, I think
No,
Kumji,
I
give me
want
a
to
moment.
add to what Vallabhaji said and answer Patilji's question. Basically, the newsletter goes out, I think I would say twice a month sometimes, or sometimes once a month, correct? Depending on the need. We do share the recording of every Dharma spotlight with the larger HMEC audience after the call, correct? And we also post this on our YouTube video as well as like YouTube channel, the VHPA YouTube channel, and also post it on HMEC website. So this will allow lot more, I think, mandirs to have at least the visibility into what has been discussed today. And I think when we are going to send the recording information to all the mandirs, that is the right time to send the requirement for the summer camp. Dharma bhi happens, I think, during the winter and springtime, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not going to happen now, correct? So let's not worry about that right now. Let's just focus on the camps and upcoming academic year. So put that requirement so that the mandirs, if they are looking for a summer camp, they can look into it and work with you. I think let's focus on one scope at a time. And then the next, I would suggest that when for HMEC, when you come for HMEC, lot more case study type of presentation should be done. So that way, like, or maybe some testimonies to be shared, something like that. So that way, the mandirs there can see that this is the real thing. This is not just up in the air and And the way it was, because 2022 HMEC, it was just an introduction, correct? Now it has gone way beyond that. So I think we need to bring that connection back. The 2022 HMEC, today's webinar, and then some case studies and testimonial type of presentation in HMEC 2026. That should help. That's my thought. Thank
No,
you.
no, you are 100% right, because the testimonies are very important. When the parents are talking about like what their child has learned, the videos of their classroom, and also we are going to bring the videos from our three schools, like what actually is happening in the classroom and how the kids are learning, how the parents are satisfied with the learning of the students. So those kind of videos will be very helpful.
But
Yeah, Bolu, you want to say something?
yes, yeah, yeah. So I just wanted to say thumbs up, Tejal Ben. I think perfectly heard it and accept it that we will have the use case studies. By the way, two out of the three schools are already running in the temple premises, the Houston one and the Charlotte one. But I think in both cases, it is kind of a landlord and a tenant kind of situation. But I think what we are looking for and what we are trying in Raleigh and Tampa, Raleigh will click sooner than Tampa. In these cases, we are trying to see whether we can have a participation from the temple trustees, meaning if we can get some board member from the temple into the school operational entity. I think that is what we are trying, so that for them also it feels like it is their work or it is their school, and that is the use case that we are trying to build, so that more temples can adopt it. And I am hopeful Tejal Ben will have some good case study uh, until the October timeframe. But definitely accept your challenge. I liked it what you said, Tejalban.
It's not a challenge. We are together, as
Yes,
I said.
I know,
So
I know, I
it's
know.
our challenge. It's our challenge, and hopefully we can help you however way.
Correct.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, appreciate that. Appreciate Tejalban.
I know Kumo Guptaji's hand still up.
Um, yeah, I just maybe it's a naive question, but is the school, this home school system, are you a branch of VHPA or are you completely different?
So we are a Sangha organization. Let me put it this way. Does it answer your question?
You mean like a sister organization?
No. You can say yes. I think it is okay to say that we are a sister organization.
Uh,
But we are independent, managed by home school itself. There is no interference of anyone else. It's independent organization. You can say dotted one.
We all roll up to one Hindu Dharma or Hindu faith.
Yeah.
But you may have heard of like VHPA and HMEC. You may have heard of Hindu University of America. You may have heard of Hindu Swam Sevak Sangh. You may have heard of Seva International. So I guess each one has their space. And these all of these are Sangha organization. Just like in Bharat also, there are Vidya Bharati and Sanskrit Bharati and RSS and VHP, etc. Similarly, in United States as well, there are different organizations formed, and we are in the preschool, pre-K, and elementary space.
yeah,
It's just
because if you're associate, I mean, like the reason I asked is because VHPA is all over United States, so they're a big help, you know, to
Absolutely,
to have
absolutely,
the different schools. So
correct, correct, absolutely. That is the whole. That's exactly what Tejal Ben also mentioned, right? Being a president of VHPA.
Okay. There's another question. Can you give information on the summer camp teacher training? Link
so
will be
this
fine.
Teacher Camp summer training is basically on Google Classroom. So whenever I get the information that this particular teacher is going to teach for our summer camp, they get a homeschool ID. I add them to the Google Classroom, and they have to go through some like self-paced modules which have been created for summer camp. And if there are any questions or there are any assignments, they can interact with me.
This is only for summer camp teachers, not for outsiders. Those teachers who are teaching in summer camp, homeschool summer camp, rather, I will say.
Because there is a process, like first we are going to hire the teacher, then the teacher is going to have a homeschool ID, and based on that homeschool ID I can add her or him to our Google Classroom, and then
Yeah.
Google Classroom has all the assignments which are required to be done.
Yeah, because we don't want homeschool summer camps teacher not knowing, how to teach and basic stuff. Without that, we don't want teachers to go into the front of the kids. So wherever even small summer camp we are doing, even 2 week summer camp we are doing, we are requesting all the teachers to go through this training. So for us, training is one of the important training syllabus. These are our main important pillars.
Yes, so how much time does it take? Can you give me some idea? I'm from VHPA Atlanta chapter, and I just wanted to see what is the feasibility of having something here. So, how much time does it take to train somebody for summer camp?
So summer camp training is not very huge. It's very basic and simple. There are only 4 modules, and that can be done in 2 hours or 3 to 4 hours maximum. There are very basic assignments. There is also a CPR training which is paid. So normally the local entity paid teachers for 2 hours or 3 hours to complete those
Okay, all right.
training modules.
Thank you.
But we give them 15 days. It's already been launched uh, for the teachers who are working for June summer camp.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
So Veena ji, she is our Atlanta chapter president. Patil ji and Maulik bhai. So just to help you for the context, Shalini ji.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just trying to see, if we can get, if I get information, can we pitch something for this summer or maybe spring or winter or something like that? That's all. So got your information. Thank you.
The moment you are going to decide, you can interact with us. Like Manisha ji, she takes care of the curriculum, so she can give you access where you can think like, okay, this is going to be a good topic for my summer camp. I will add your teachers to my training portion. I'll help them to get trained. Whichever kind of help is needed, we are here to help you. You just have to think about it, like
Yeah,
when you want to start.
I understand. Thank you. Thank you.
Any more questions from anybody in the session? I know we're also at the probably the last few minutes of the session, so Vallabhaji or Tejal Ben, if you'd maybe like to say a few words.
Yes, definitely. This was a very inspiring, presentation. Hats off to your dedication. Hats off to being there, staying there. We know we are all temple people. We know how difficult it is to convince somebody or anybody to do something different. And as Patil ji said, we only need 3 karyakartas, on the ground, and nothing is impossible. I think that is what I will take from this presentation. Of course, in addition to the wonderful work that you have been diligently doing for last 2 3 years. We will reach out to our respective communities. I know we have Abhishek ji, who is leading uh, the Hindu temple school, weekend schools in Dallas area. He has, he takes care of 800 students per academic year. Of course, that is the weekend schools. Definitely, we have community leaders also in on this call. So we have taken the message. Veena ji is there, Kumu ji is there, Brig ji is there. So we will be that conduit, and be that squirrel in the seva of the dharma, and help you connect with more communities. So thank you so much. Thank you for the wonderful work.
I just have one question since Abhishek ji is also on the call. Someone mentioned about like working in the Dallas area. Which mandir are you working with in Dallas?
I don't think I heard Dallas.
Yeah.
I think in
No,
from
no, no.
someone.
I did. I did.
Okay.
So, Tejal Ben, very recently, I've been introduced to Mr. Khemchand ji, Giglani, or
So
if I'm
that is Ekta Mandir. Then that is
Ekta
Abhishek.
Ekta Mandir, DFW Hindu temple.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah. So it is a very recent connect. I have not yet done, the whole this kind of a presentation that Patilji and Shaniji did with Khemchandji and his board. But we had an initial call. I think there would be some gap because of my own travel, but we'll take that up in early July as soon as I come back.
Yeah, Abhishek ji is from Ekta Mandir. So Kimchen
Oh, okay.
probably will be reaching out to Abhishek ji. And
Okay.
that
Small word. Small
yes,
word.
yes.
that,
So
Okay.
yeah, and that is why
so
I ask because now you have like one easy step, correct?
yes.
Somebody can be your champion.
Small word. Small word.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes,
Abhishek ji.
and when we knew that this was about the temple school or dharmic curriculum, and that's
Correct.
why we said Abhishek ji is our MC for
Wow.
today's event,
You-
and I think the stars are aligning for everyone.
The
So
the
thank
funny
you.
part is funny part was just 2 minutes ago when Abhishek ji said that let's conclude. I was about to ask a question. Abhishek ji, where are you from? And you solved the puzzle for me. Thank you.
Right.
So Abhishek ji, give me a month and I'll come back to you. And Khemchand ji, I have already spoken to him once.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I'll speak to him as well. So, I mean,
Absolutely.
when you were speaking about that, look, a lot of the mandirs have so many facilities and benches and so on. Your
Yeah.
words were ringing loud in my ears. So you
Awesome.
can really, you're gonna leave a lasting impact. Also,
Yeah.
what I read about the four Hindu schools versus the 250 versus the 60,000, I mean, those numbers are very telling. And
I
telling in
know.
two ways, of course, how far behind we are, and also
Yep.
telling in terms of the efforts and the championing of the cause that Om School has done.
Yep.
Because, of course, it's not easy to start from ground zero, and
Exactly.
momentum will only build from this point on. I mean, you're already looking
Yeah.
at 10 locations, and I hope it becomes 60,000 locations as well
Yeah. Yeah.
within our lifetimes. So
Absolutely.
I really want to wish Malik ji all the best to you and Shalin ji and the entire Om School team. And I'll
Thank
be
you.
very happy to connect with you and work with you.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Here, just one more thing I would like to add. When we are talking about temples, weekend classes, and after school classes, the teacher training in service program, which we are developing with the help of HUA, that will be accessible to your teachers also, because that is a paid program for the credits. You are going to get the certification, you will get the credits. If your teachers also want to get trained, like how to actually teach yoga, like dharma, the with the better understanding, so that the kids are not misled or misguided, they are going into the right direction. I think you can also promote that platform for your teachers also, who are not homeschool teachers, but they are teaching any classes over there, because I think everybody's goal and curriculum is pretty much the same.
Yeah, that is very true.
Wonderful.
In fact,
That's
I
a
was
great
going to
suggestion. Yeah.
talk to you, Shalini, about even the training modules because we are also developing something similar for our teachers, teacher training. So again, I didn't want to hold time on this call, but I'll definitely like to connect with you. And then we can. I mean, we are as Ekta Mandir, we're doing similar things. So we partnered with Sanskrit Bharati for the last year, since the last year. So they've been using our Mandir campus, our school campus, to host the Sanskrit Bharati classes. Next month, in end of July, we are actually running a Gita Pariksha, which is in partnership with HUA. And it's the
Okay.
first time we're going to run this in Dallas Metroplex and bringing all the mandirs together to co participate and then compete and so on. So there's a lot of good momentum that we're seeing in the Metroplex, and it'll be lovely to participate with collaborative.
I heard about it because I'm working with HUA. So
Yes,
that kind of program, we want to do it for Dharma B also because it's a parallel thing.
correct.
If all the temples can support, it will be well versed.
Yes.
So should we end the call or do we have any other
We should end the
questions?
call with a prayer.
Can
So maybe Vallabhaji or Tejalben.
can I just ask one last question?
Sure,
Sure,
sure.
Kamaji. Sorry.
Okay.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's an appropriate question, but um, do you take into account the security of the school and like getting funding from like DHS for protection of the students? Because that's kind of like important these days, right? So
The security of the school is important whenever you are looking for the licensing. The outside cameras placed where the play area, those kind of cameras, hallway cameras, those are the part of the security. Nobody who is unauthorized can come in contact with the children. So that is a part of the security. So there is always an office, there is always a sign in sheet. Parents, they have to show their IDs. The parents, they have to complete the emergency form, like which person is going to come and pick the child. If there is another person coming to pick the child, uncle or aunt, that has to be informed with a photo ID. All these things are whichever is required for any kind of school, they are needed here as well. You cannot run without these security guidelines.
yeah, but these days, I hate saying this, but all these mass shootings, hate crimes, so many things are going on, like that mosque shooting that happened, so stuff like that. So, are you prepared for something like that, or is that not a consideration?
I think,
This is
Kumuji, some of the things would be taken care by the temple security itself because the home school would be using temple premise, correct, or temple facility. So I think that we can go into that detail sometime later. We are. I don't want to lose a lot of time, Maulik Bhai and Patil ji and Shalini ji. So I think. Am I right, Shalini ji? Did I say it correctly?
Yes, you are right. And I just wanted to conclude by just saying this. I'm into a school system, and I go every day to a school building. So I know what the security system is. Like we do not have metal detectors anywhere, other than like specific schools. But this is not something like we can discuss it here. Uh, but what Tejal Ban is saying, any building that need to have little kids need to be secure.
So now we're definitely a little running over
Over
time, and
time.
everybody's time is uh,
I can do
being
the concluding prayer,
squeezed.
Abhishek ji. So thank
Wonderful.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you to Niyati ji for coordinating between the three panelists for this today's presentation, and also to coordinating with Abhishek ji to be the MC for this event. Thank you, Abhishek ji, for carving out the time. So I'll just do the concluding prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu
Sahanavvunaptu
Sahaviryam
sahaviryam
Karavavahai
karavavahai
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु
मा
मा
विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Namaste. Shubhratri.
Namaste.
Namaste, Shubhratri.
Namaste, Shubhratri. Shubhratri.
धन्यवाद।
Namaste.